Next on Watch the Damn Tape, we're going to go over an interesting conversation between Sue Bird and Megan Rapinoe and an issue that could possibly be causing all the injuries in women's sports. Peeps, it's the Beat Chef with Watch the Damn Tape. Hit that like, that share, that subscribe button. Hit that bell to get notified when I drop my next video. New subscribers, I appreciate you for joining. Hope you enjoy the show. Old subscribers, thank you so much for helping me build this platform and push out this content. Close to getting to 500 subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you so much, no doubt. Megan Rapinoe and Sue Bird had an interesting conversation, and it was about a topic that I saw a few months back, and I saw an ESPN report on it on ABC News one morning. So let's just get into what Megan Rapinoe and Sue Bird had to say on this topic, and we'll come back and chop it up.
Okay, so this is how this article starts out. Quote, a groundbreaking, I can't even, I can't get over that word. You'll find out in a second. A groundbreaking FIFA-funded study at Kingston University will investigate whether hormonal fluctuations during menstrual cycles could be contributing to an alarming rise in career-threatening knee injuries in women's soccer. Okay. The thing I can't get over is when I tore my ACL in 1998, the very first question the doctor asked me when I saw the surgeon, are you on your period? Literally the first question, not does it hurt? Are you on your period? Like they've known there might be a connection here. Okay, it's wonderful they're doing the research, but I'm just like, where has this research been? Why has it been pushed to the side or just talked about but not researched? We should have known for 15 years all the ways in which you can attempt to prevent something like this.
I've had not one, two, three ACL tears. All three have been on my period.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
The evidence is overwhelming. I hope they're studying like what we can do about it or how we can understand it better. All this says to me is like, okay, well then how much more resourcing are we going to allocate to women's teams and to women's leagues to like help resource these athletes better?
Now, this was an interesting one, and I'll leave links to the ESPN story. Also, the National Institute of Health, they did an article on this. Scottish Right for Children also had a write-up on this same issue and ways to possibly prevent it. So, for all you that have young children, middle school, high school, young college athletes, this could be something you can watch for and actually help your kids get through it so they won't have these same injuries. But I thought the conversation with Sue Bird and Megan Rapinoe was good because I saw this months ago, and I was just like, I'll just talk about that later. I'll let a lady address it first, and then I'll come back in and backdoor them. So I was glad they talked about it. The one thing I found interesting is that Sue Bird said back in the 90s, like 1998, she blew her knee out and the doctor asked her that. That's the thing that got me is when she said there's been so many studies done on it. And you notice in the video it said soccer. It didn't say basketball. It said soccer. Soccer's more globally played by young women. So there's going to be more soccer players. There are more soccer players. There's more women playing soccer than women playing basketball. The second point that Sue Bird kind of missed on, and Megan Rapinoe, is you got to report it. You got to talk to the doctor. Studies are only done when people give up information. That's why it was soccer. That's why Megan Rapinoe said, I've blown my knee out 3 times. And each time I was on my monthly. That was new to Sue Bird. And they're together. And she didn't know that. So if you don't give a doctor the information, they can't do a study. Almost every woman in my family has been an athlete. Every one of them has blown their knee out. My sister-in-law blew her knee out multiple times. But I guarantee you, if I asked her, were you on your monthly, she would say, I don't remember. And nor did she tell anybody. It's just one of those things. But credit to Scottish Rite for Children on their website. The main thing they said to help prevent this was strength training and adequate rest. Those were the main things. Let's take a look. What they do. And as you can see right here, this was important. A specific posture called the genu valgum or knock knees is often found in adolescent girls. This posture may be due to by the way the athlete bones have grown. Experts find that this is from poor movement pattern, which results from muscle weakness and poor control of the hips and legs. This position puts more stress on the ACL, particularly with activities like soccer. Although girls tend to have more strength in the muscles on the front of their thighs, the quadriceps quads, than the muscles on the backside of their hamstrings, this is referred to as a quad dominance, and this imbalance directly affects how the knees functions during deceleration and changes in direction. Lastly, hormonal changes across a young female athlete's monthly menstrual cycle affects joint mobility and stability. ACL injuries can be caused by these fluctuations, contributing to certain weeks having higher or lower risk of injury throughout the month. And then down here, it even says it right here. How do athletes get started with strength training? Teams may have to have programs set up. Check with your athletic trainer. Here's some things to look for. Certified strength and conditioning, age and development appropriate programming. Young female athletes can also protect their bodies by ensuring that they're taking care of themselves outside of the sport. Rest when the body says it needs it. Respond to aches and pains. Early recognition and response can limit time on the bench. Integrate strength training to a weekly schedule. Eat enough to keep up with your energy expenditures. I'll leave the links in the description. Now when you think about it, a lot of athletes, men and women, start off in soccer as youths, and then they transition into other sports. A kid might start off as a soccer player, and then he's a wide receiver. A young lady might start off as a soccer player and pick up basketball and play soccer. And you can tell the players now, say the last 10 or so years playing basketball, they're way more explosive. The girls are way more explosive now than they were in the 90s. The change and transition that these girls do, like a Hannah Hidalgo or a Malaysia Fulwale, it's fun to watch, and they're lightning quick, and they're making cuts like an NFL wide receiver or a person on a soccer court. So that Scottish Rite thing is accurate with the way the moves are and the change of direction, because that's basically all Juju Watkins did. Juju Watkins, all she did was move, barely got contacted, and it was over. If they showed Katie Lou Samuelson, I'm pretty sure it was the same exact thing with her in practice. That's why there's probably a strong link to wear and tear and another lack of freaking training. Lack of training. And if you notice, more and more injuries are starting to add up and pile up in the WNBA. Look at the number of ACL injuries that have already taken place between women playing overseas and playing just in training camp. This is probably I bet money it's not really news to most athletes. I guarantee you most track athletes, they know about this, and they train and they prepare accordingly. It's just, I hate to say it, in the WNBA, I think a large majority of the players in this league do not really care about staying in tip-top shape all year round and conditioning. You could see that just from Unrivaled. Unrivaled, everybody came in to camp pretty much. There was not one player in Unrivaled that hit the court day one and wasn't sucking wind in a game. And that went on for a couple weeks. And then some players just started not playing. But this is the reason why. I think all this makes sense. I'm glad Megan Rapinoe and Sue Bird spoke about this. But I just wanted to drop this video. I just thought this was pretty unique, and especially with people. A lot of people got girls that play sports. I got nieces that play soccer, so yeah, I'll be talking to their parents and giving them this information as well. But let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments below. Like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.